Hello, Virgo and cross watchers. Thank you guys so much for joining in. Welcome to Natural Healing Tarot. Today we are going to do your weekly tarot reading for January 17th through the 25th. So, if you find the messages helpful or that it resonates with your situation, please feel free to like the video or comment below. Also, guys, if you would like future messages, you are more than welcome to subscribe if you haven't already. Everyone is always welcome here, and I upload messages daily. So let's see here, Virgo, what we can see for you guys for the week of January 19th through the 25th, Spirit, for my Virgo friends. Please keep in mind, guys, these messages here on YouTube are general. They're not going to resonate every time with every person. You are more than welcome to check other signs within your birth chart. I do recommend getting familiar with those. So if it's something that you don't know already, I have a link below for a website that offers a free birth chart mapping. It's astrocafe.com. There's no affiliation. I just find it a useful tool. So if you want to get familiar with your birth chart, you are more than welcome to check that out. It's down below in the description box. I also do a drawing here every month for free personal readings. If it's something you want to get entered into, all you have to do is comment your astrological sign below. And last but certainly not least, I pull a power thought card at the end of every message just to give it that little positive boost. So, Virgo, chop wood, milk and honey in between worlds. So what I feel like this is symbolizing, you're in between, right? You're in between, not quite made it yet, right? You're moving forward from the past, but not fully submerged into the future. Okay, so you're kind of at this limbo phase, like in the middle, right? I feel like where you're headed is this milk and honey. You're headed towards abundance, fulfillment, stability, security, but there's still some work that needs to be done. Okay, so chop wood, it symbolizes taking care of the mundane tasks. So, for instance, like the cooking, the cleaning, the sweeping, the finding the beauty, finding the joy in the steps that you're taking to get there. Because there is beauty, there is joy, there are things to learn along the way. Don't miss those steps, those small little beautiful things, because you're focused on this abundance, right? Where you're headed. Let's see. See what comes out here, Virgo, for you guys for this week. I'm going to start with the Fairy Tarot. We will then move into the original tarot deck to break down the week. Or attempt to, right? So let's see. For Virgo, Spirit, what does Virgo need to see about this land of milk and honey? Where they're headed and what they need to do to get there. Virgo, June 19th through the 25th. See what messages come out here for you guys. So the first card out is the Prince of Winter. This is the Knight of Swords. Okay, so I feel like you're fighting this. The reason you're fighting this is because you're being assertive. You're being too assertive, okay? I feel like there's a need here for acceptance. The Strength card, okay? I feel like this card is kind of calming that beast. A lot of people call it taming that beast. I ultimately feel like life is just a whole bunch of twists and turns and challenges. You will always need the strength, right? But knowing when to use it knowing when to be calm, be just centered and focused and grounded in the day-to-day experiences, and not being too hasty. Okay, the Prince of Winter sword energy is also a lot about the thought process. So I feel like you may be caught up in the thinking about the future and not focusing on the current state. Having patience with this process, it's coming. Okay, it's coming. We have the 7 of autumn and then the 7 of spring. Okay, so 2 7s, 7 7, lucky number 7. But also with 7, Virgo, is the mastery process, right? Focusing on mastering the skill you need. Okay, I feel like you are headed towards, I get the sense this is a business venture, some type of self-employment. Okay, with the 9 of autumn, this is the 9 of pentacles, but this talks about being stable, being secure within yourself. Okay, so a lot of times people will associate it with self-employment or just being very independent, being very alone, having a lot of alone time. Okay. The last 2 cards I'm going to pull from the Fairy Tarot is the Empress and the 8 of Spring. Ace of Spring, not 8 of Spring. Okay, so this is the Ace of Wands. Okay, passion. A lot of fire energy, passion over here. I feel like focusing on these day-to-day tasks, focusing on self-care, self-love, self-healing, right? Focusing on the mundane tasks. So getting the business organized, getting the paperwork, setting up the business system, getting in a routine. So that way when you're having, because bad days are inevitable. There's going to be days where you're not going to feel like you want to do everything that you need to do or you need to get done. That's going to happen in life, whether you're rich or poor or well enough. You're going to have some times where you experience some lower vibrations. How you handle those days means everything. Right now, I feel like you're cultivating this life that you want to live, this life of luxury, this life of abundance. But you're focusing, Virgo, on that, right? On the future, on what's my future going to look like? What type of house do I want? What type of car do I want to drive? When I get there, right? And there's things that you're missing right now by focusing on that. I feel like where the switch needs to happen, even though we don't have the Hanged Man, that's really the energy that needs to take place, is just being present and waiting for your ships to come in. Okay, so let's pull out the original tarot here. Let's see what we can see for you, Virgo, for this week, breaking it down. I do feel like you are headed towards a life of abundance. Okay, we have the 9 of autumn symbolizing 9 of pentacles, symbolizing that. We also have the Empress, which symbolizes that, and milk and honey. Okay, so all these cards are symbolizing abundance. They're symbolizing success, self-employment, security, abundance. I think I already said that. And I know sometimes it's easy to get caught up, especially when we can finally see it coming together. We finally see this project coming together and we're finally, you know, it's finally taking place. It's finally happening. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Calm. Strength card. Calm that beast, okay? There's still work that needs to be done. So we have the Knight of Pentacles with the 7 of Cups. The Knight of Pentacles tells me that you're charging forward, but maybe a little confused, maybe about what direction you need to take. where you need to focus your energy. This is coming from a place, let me scoot this camera down here a little bit so you can see all these cards. This is coming from a place here, Virgo, of this confusion. This confusion is coming from a place of you focusing on the future, being anxious for the future, because when we're anxious and have anxious feelings inside of us, there's different chemicals released in our brain than when we're calm. So understand that. That's why there's a need to breathe. There's a need to remain calm, especially right now, because you're still in these beginning. There's still work that needs to be put in. It's crazy. A lot of these readings are coming out business. So you guys must be tired of the love, because on these weekly readings, I really just, it's for the week. What are we focusing on that week? And let me tell you guys, this is like the third reading where it's been strictly about money or business. Whew. The Nine of Pentacles is coming out here again. Virgo, this is your energy. The Nine of Autumns, you are an earth sign. But even more so, Virgos are very independent. They're very nurturing. They're very loving. The Empress is also your energy. So here, there's some things that you're needing to change, but you're not. I don't feel like you're not wanting to see. I just feel like you're confused about this. And confused about what changes need to be made. Confused about where you need to focus your energy, right? Then we have the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is exactly, remember I mentioned the Hanged Man earlier. I feel like this card needed to come out because there's a change in perspective that's needed. Okay, a lot of people think that manifesting is the new hype. Okay, let me just say that. Manifesting is the new hype. Everybody thinks that manifesting is great and you just sit there. If you've watched The Secret and you just focus on what it is that you want with intent and all these emotions, and that is part of it. But also part of it is letting the thought go and coming back to reality, focusing on the tasks, putting in the work to cultivate that dream. So let's say your dream is to be driving a car by the end of the week, because maybe right now you're a little stuck, you have had car problems, or you've been riding the bus because of whatever reason, finances or whatever reason, but your ultimate dream is to have a car. And you sit and manifest that car and you think about it and you just want this car so bad, and then you're confused on how to get it. You don't know the steps that you need to take. So you do a little research and you do a little research, and everybody tells you to get a job, to go build your credit, to go to the dealership, and they'll help you. And then once you get to the dealership, they tell you you need a license. But you were never told that. You don't have that information. And I'm not saying this is just, a situation that's made up. It's not what I'm feeling, but it's just an example of you had to do research, but you also had to have that experience, right? That experience of that dealership telling you needing a license. Oh, now how do I get my license? Having a license is obviously one step to having a car, but if you're caught up in this manifestation of this car, how are you going to even revert your mind back to the steps that you need to take to get there? And I feel like that's where this manifestation thing kind of leads people astray, because yes, manifestation is real. And don't get me wrong, when I was younger, I did the same thing. I watched The Secret. I read the book The Secret when I was 21 or 22. Now, for some people, that's normal. Some people, that's really young. People don't manifest and do all that weird stuff. Not that it's weird, that spiritual stuff, when they're that young. Usually they're caught up in partying and doing all the stuff, especially American girls. So understand that it's a process. I had to go through the same process. Like, oh, the secret, I can just think about all the stuff that I want and it'll come true. No, you do have to think about what you want. Yes, that's part of it. But you have to get clear on the steps you need to take to get there. And the death card in reverse is really refusing to change. But I don't feel like that's the case here. I feel like this refusal to change is coming from a place of confusion. Not that you don't want to change. You just don't know how or what steps to take. Then we have the Justice card. So Justice card does symbolize legal documents, a legal situation, balance. I feel like what it's symbolizing in this case is seeking guidance, either by somebody who's already taken the steps, a mentor who's already taken the steps to get the dream that you want, or professional, like if it's a mental thing that you're trying to work out, maybe seeking a counselor or something along those lines. There's apps that you can text a counselor instead of going in and seeing somebody. But I feel like you maybe need some coaching for a business, some professional help in some avenue. Okay, whether you're trying to work on relationship, you're trying to work on business, whatever the case may be, seek out a mentor, seek out a coach, seek out somebody who has already taken the steps to get where you want to be. Because you're not going to be able to do this alone. And yes, you can figure it out alone because you're so independent, Virgo, you are, okay? But trust that if you ask the right questions and seek the right guidance, that you will get the answers way quicker than if you try to do the research on your own. And it's going to cultivate this dream a lot faster. Judgment. Freedom. Freedom. So, feeling free, feeling liberated, justice and judgment. I feel like this is you coming into this new power, right? You having this new understanding, like that's all I needed to do. I really feel like it's not much work that you need to do. You're just having a lot of confusion on the steps that you need to take. And you can come to readers, you can come to all this psychic people, and trust me, I would gain money from telling people to come and get a reading. But what I really feel like you need is a mentor, somebody who's already taken the steps to get there. A reader is not going to be able to tell you the steps that you need to take to cultivate this business system that you need. And you can get mentors for free. You don't have to pay money for that. Go to like a business, like a small business owner in your local community and ask them, can I shadow you a couple days in your job to see what you do day to day, to see how this thing works? They'd love to have a free employee. And you're gaining skills on how to cultivate your business. Trust me. Trust me. Lovers. So this could be a romantic partnership. I feel like this is talking about that mentor. This mentor that I'm talking about, that you need to find somebody you need to find a person who's going to help you along cultivating this business. Is the sense that I'm getting here, Virgo. No, this could be a romantic partner. Maybe it's a romantic partner that comes in and helps cultivate this business, right? I don't recommend mixing business with pleasure, but I ultimately feel like it's talking about the mentor. I feel like if you reach out and try to ask, and maybe you get some doors shut in your face, don't give up, because there's going to be one person that's been in your shoes and going to want to help you. You can't do this alone. I feel like the business that you're cultivating is something more more than what you can do alone. Even though you want to be independent and you probably want to cultivate this on your own just to tell people you did it, to be able to tell people you humbled yourself and asked for guidance and really got the stuff done and said what you were did what you said you were going to do, it's going to be even more liberating. Next card out is the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is almost like the Nine of Pentacles matured, right? Because she's gone through the business system. She's done the work. She's put in the work. She's created the perfect business and is now just sitting there on her throne, tending to her baby. I do feel like you're really unsure of the steps that you need to take right now. And I feel like you may be seeking out readers or trying to find guidance to figure out which direction you need to take. I feel like you inside intuitively know that you need to seek a mentor. You just may not know how or may not know what to do. So there you have it. Go reach out to small business owners or reach out to people who are in the position that you see yourself in the future and ask if you can shadow them. That's all you have to say. Can I shadow you at your business for a day or for 2 days? I'm doing a research project or I'm doing research for my own business and I'm just trying to see how everything works. Yeah, you're going to get doors slammed in your face. They're not going to want to have you there. They're not going to want to share their ideas, whatever the case may be. But I promise you, Virgo, there's going to be one person. One person is going to open that door and allow for that communication, that conversation that's going to set the stage for this business, right? Setting the stage. I do feel like a lot of people, you may have already tried this, and a lot of people have already shut the door in your face, but don't give up, okay? Do not give up whatever you do. You never know how close you are to succeeding. It could be that next door that opened and they were just like, yes. So don't give up. I am going to do an extended reading, okay? I will do an extended reading just for shits and giggles. We'll see where this goes. I'm going to take a look at this person, this position, this mentor that you're needing to seek out. Maybe we'll see if there's, some type of, maybe it's a person that's already in your life. Maybe it's a business that you need to reach out to. We'll see. We'll try to get some advice, some guidance on all of that. I'll pull out the Psychic Tarot, and I also have a Soul Truth deck that I've been using at the end of those extended readings, just for like a little personal development, a little personal soul development as well, hidden in those little videos. So if it's something you want to get on the scene with, the link is below in the description box. Make sure you hit the link with the numbers, guys, and not the 2020 vision. The 2020 vision is to subscribe to the channel, which if you want all the videos for all the signs, you're more than welcome to subscribe. So let's get this Power Thought card out for you, Virgo. Power Thought card for Virgo Spirit. What Power Thought does Virgo need to see? I do feel like it's a mentor that you need for your business, some type of guidance, and not tarot readings guidance, like physical guidance. And I'm just being honest, guys. I'm just always going to be honest because I'm going to tell you what I see here, and it is, what can I say? So, Virgo, the Power Thought card that's coming out for you is, I accept my uniqueness. There is no competition and no comparison, for we are all different and meant to be that way. I am special and wonderful. I love myself. Beautiful. So, Virgo, that is the message I have coming out for you guys for this week. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, sharing the content. You guys are amazing. And I look forward to seeing you beautiful souls again soon. Namaste.